A new multi-agency report coordinated by the UN World Meteorological Organization, which focused its 2023 annual report, State of Climate series on health, has revealed that with more frequent extreme weather events and the world warming up faster than at any point in its recorded history, human health, particularly in the most vulnerable communities, is increasingly threatened. The organization also said from the mountain peaks to ocean dips, climate change continues its advance on lives and livelihoods. Yahya Jammeh tells us more in this report.
In its annual State of Climate Services report, the World Meteorological Organization on Thursday warned that the climate crisis was generating a global health crisis and said that many ill effects of climate change could be tempered by adaptation and prevention measures. The report, which includes input from more than 30 collaborating partners, shows that scientific know-how and resources can make a real difference in people's daily lives but are not sufficiently accessible or utilized, such as early warning coverage. Dr. Joyce Sumake-Gulion-Mott from the joint WMO-WHO Office on Climate delves more into the effects of climate change on health.
The impacts of climate change on health are wide-ranging, affecting the determinants of health, from social behaviors to water safety to air quality and food security. And we see that it is the most vulnerable countries that are impacted the most by climate change, and particularly low and middle income countries are being impacted heavily by climate change.
The report says the number of medium or large-scale disaster events is projected to reach 560 a year, or 1.5 each day by 2030. In connection to the African continent, the Secretary General of WMO, Prof. Petri Talas, said there was severe food insecurity.
In the Horn of Africa, during the past 3 years, we had very severe food insecurity situation, which was related to both heat and drought. And quite often in these episodes when we have heat waves, we have also fairly poor air quality. For example, in 2003, when we got 75,000 casualties in Europe, at the same time the surface ozone concentrations were very, very high.
The report indicates that climate change is exacerbating the risks of food insecurity. It says in 2012 to 2021, 29% more global land area was affected by extreme drought for at least 1 month per year than in 1951 to 1960. According to the report, heat waves also exacerbate air pollution, which is already responsible for an estimated 7 million premature deaths every year and is the 4th biggest killer by health risk factor. The UN body found out that the changing climatic conditions are also enhancing the transmission of many climatically sensitive infectious vectors, food and waterborne diseases. For example, dengue is the world's fastest spreading vector-borne disease, while the length of the malaria transmission season has increased in parts of the world. Reporting for Eyeafrica News, I am Yahya Jammeh.